Necessary to get instant Kohl's cash while supplies last. Ends June 28th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Your summer food game is only as strong as what you're working with. This July 4th at Lowe's, get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $50 on a select Pit Boss DX Smart Electric Smoker, now $249. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Pour a cheerful toast and fill it, happy anniversary. But be careful you don't spill it, happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Yes, and a great Monday afternoon to you. DKL the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is our number. This is officially show number 1 of year number 4. We started this thing 3 years ago, DK, on the Sports Tip, June 20th. So it's actually a few days past our anniversary. Our anniversary fell on a Saturday this year. I remember I started here back in the summer of 2023, and I had planned to do my first show on a Monday, June 19th. And then I was told, well, no, you can't do a show that day because Juneteenth is a federal holiday here, and nobody's going to be working. And I was like, at first I was like, well, that's okay. I mean, I'm fine. I can work on a holiday. He's like, and they were like, no one else is working, so you can't do the show that day. Because I'd already told people, it's like, yeah, we're going to be on the air. First show's going to be on Monday, June the 19th. Then I got here and found out we could not do the show on June 19th. So we started on Tuesday, June the 20th instead.
Go change your tweet.
Exactly. Unfortunately, you can't. I don't pay that much money to Twitter to be able to go in there and change my stuff around. So, but hey, happy to be back here again, year 4. Happy to sign a new deal. I didn't get the Trae Young money. Kenny Kowalczyk and Cumulus did not give me the Trae Young money to come back here for another year. I think I got a little bit south of that. 4-year, $212 million deal that Trae Young got to remain with one of the worst franchises in basketball. But hey, if they're going to pay you that type of money, why not stay there and try to be the guy that turns that ship, which has been sailing wayward now for many years, around?
They're saying it's only $92 million above market value.
Oh, above market value.
Yeah.
Only $92
million above market value.
Well, congratulations to Trae. If he wants to send a little this way and help supplement our incomes here, we'll be more than happy.
I will say this. From what I understand, DK, he's put a lot of his money into the Oklahoma Sooners.
Really?
Yeah.
Like their program? Or?
Yes. He's been very active about giving back.
Well, good for him.
To where he went to school.
That's awesome. That's good to hear that there's guys out there. When you've got that type, and we had Levi Wallace on here a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about, hey, you get to that level and you make all that money, but it doesn't necessarily buy you happiness. You got to give back. It's about giving back, and hopefully Trae Young is taking some of that wealth that he earned, that Oklahoma helped him get to a step where he can make $212 million over 4 years, and he's giving some of that money back to his alma mater. That's good to hear. Hopefully, the Wildcats get now the. We're starting to get some of these guys that are getting around to their second contracts. If I'm not mistaken, is Ben? Is he second contract?
Yeah, so
now?
he's got his this is his fourth season.
Yeah.
So it's one of those deals where the rookie contract is 3 plus an option for the team is for the fourth season. So this situation right now, I believe it's in 3 weeks from now, after the NBA draft, which is tomorrow. They are open for free agency, and Ben Mathurin is one of those guys who will get open market offers that the Clippers can then match, right? So the Clippers can pay him above and beyond because they currently have his rights to his organizational optional season. But there's going to be a lot of movement right now, DK. There's a lot of big names that we're not exactly sure where they're going to be next season. Trae Young said just last week that he wasn't planning on staying there. Yeah, and here we are. Giannis maybe traded today. Jaylen Brown says he doesn't like Boston anymore, so he's going to be a part of that supposedly. So yeah, a lot of movement these days.
Well, I used to say if you've got a really good point guard and a good big man, who are both all-star caliber, which you've got there in Trae Young and Anthony Davis.
If Anthony Davis
that's
can
the start
stay
to
on
building.
the court.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the big caveat to that is Anthony Davis is one of the top 5, top 10 players in the NBA, DK. Unfortunately, he's one of those guys who consistently has the injury bug. So if he's healthy, I'm sure he and Trae Young could put Washington back on the map, but that's a big if.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Okay, it's the start of year 4, but it's going to be a short start to year 4. We've got just a 45-minute show today. That is because we have got coming up for you game number 3 of the College World Series Finals. Game number 3 is coming up. Broadcast start time is 3:45 right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. That is because, so if you haven't been following, Oklahoma and North Carolina, Oklahoma won game 1 on Saturday. The weather ruined part of my vacation. I'm out having a good time up in Sedona on Friday night, and I get this email that they have moved the start time of the game from 4:45 in the afternoon to 11:45 in the afternoon. I'm sitting out on a patio with my wife having a nice glass of wine, and I said something along the lines of OS, and she said, what? And I said, they just moved the start time of the game tomorrow, so I got to do some work when we get back to the hotel. But hey, that happens sometimes when you're dealing with these College World Series, Women's College World Series that are played on our Great Plains of Oklahoma and Nebraska.
Yeah,
the weather doesn't want to cooperate. Now, it only rained 13 straight hours, they said, because they moved the game up. It started raining in the evening, and it literally rained, they said, for 13 from about 8 o'clock at night, I think, till 9 o'clock in the morning or something of that nature. Like 13 straight hours it rained in between the two games, game 1 and game 2, Saturday, Sunday. That's a lot. But it wasn't the tornadoes, and we send our prayers out to the folks because there have been something like 50 tornadoes in the United States since Friday. So if you live or know people lived in any of those affected areas, we definitely are sending our thoughts out to anyone that's dealing with that kind of thing. This weather can be strange.
Philly's having some weather issues right now as we speak. The Iraq-France World Cup game is delayed, DK.
Oh, wow.
They've delayed it because of thunderstorms in the area. I was just looked up at the screen, and it says weather delay. I don't know how many weather-delayed World Cup games I can remember, but they're delayed right now in Philadelphia.
I'll be in Philly for I believe the next game, or at least maybe 2 games from now. The one is on 4th of July. I do not have tickets for that game on the 4th of July. So if you have tickets for the World Cup game in Philadelphia on the 4th of July and you would like to gift them to me, david.kelly@cumulus.com is the email where you can gift me those tickets, because I sure would like to. I haven't looked lately, but the last time I looked, those tickets were going for about $1,100, about the same as what we've been talking about with the United States men's national team, $1,100 for those tickets to the game in Philly on the 4th of July. You can spend America's 250th birthday watching the beautiful game, or at least I would hope to. But I'm not paying that price.
In the birthplace, right?
In the birthplace.
Philadelphia, where a lot of that went down.
I've not been. This will be my. I've not been in Philadelphia on the 4th of July in a long time, but I used to be there a lot. I spent pretty much every summer there growing up, and there's no more fun place to experience the 4th of July than Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is for sure. So we will we'll get you the game tonight. In fact, let's hear how game number 2 ended last night or yesterday afternoon.
The 1-1 pitch, chopper up the middle, gloved by Gallagher to second for one, on to first, double play, and we'll see you for game 3 tomorrow night in Omaha.
So the college baseball season will come down to the final possible day. North Carolina looking for their first ever national championship. Oklahoma looking for their first since 1994.
So what you're saying is those bullpens better get ready.
Exactly.
Because there is no tomorrow.
There is
literally
no tomorrow. That everybody is available tonight for a chance to win a national championship, the final national championship of this collegiate athletic year. We'll get into all of that. We'll get into probably tomorrow. We'll go through the entire list of who won all the national championships this year in college sports and dive into what those numbers look like. So, big game. We're talking about a little bit. I went up north, and so we left early on Friday. We got up there at just in time to watch the U.S. men's national team's soccer game at establishment up in Sedona. Place was packed. In fact, we got there and we got the last table available before people came in. Were coming in, and they had to stand for 2 hours. Good thing soccer's not a long sport because you can easily stand for 2 hours. But a lot of fun. The United States men's national team wins again. They are on to the knockout round. So both Team Mexico, El Tricolor, and the United States men's national team both already in to the knockout stage. Does that, and we'll get more into this tomorrow as well, does that make this for Southern Arizona? Because, again, we follow 2 teams down here. We follow the United States, we follow Mexico. Does this make it the best World Cup ever for this region? Because I don't think we've ever been in a situation where both of these teams are in the knockout round with still one game left to play in pool play. I don't think we've ever been there. So does that make it the best, or do we have to get into the knockout stage and maybe each of these teams wins one or one wins one? Like, how far do these 2 teams need to go in the knockout stage for it to be the best World Cup ever for Southern Arizona? That might be our question of the day for tomorrow.
I think 16, like the round of 16, right? Like that's kind of the ultimate goal for those teams that are ranked somewhere in the 10 to 30 range. I think there's almost always, it's so top heavy, DK. I mean, it's the same names over and over again. So you expect Brazil, Argentina, France, Germany, the like, Netherlands. But if I think if America and or Mexico or both can make the round of 16, then that's a huge accomplishment. I don't think anybody's going to hang their heads going home if you make it to the round of 16 and get knocked out then.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is the 7th time, by the way. 7th time America's made the knockout round.
7th time out of
I'd have to look.
World Cups have there been?
I'd have to look. Well, how many World Cups they've participated in?
I'd
have to look.
Necessarily always make it.
Yeah, no.
That's for sure.
Not always.
There we go. All right, 520-848-1290. We'll get into that as well. Crowds are starting to build all across the country. A lot of great watch parties going on here. Mexico plays again on Wednesday night. The United States men's national team will be in action Thursday night, so I'll be back in Ohio. So I'll only be here 3 days this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. J-Dub and David, Dragon Ball Amato, will have the show on Thursday and Friday, and then we'll be off next week. So no shows next week as we'll all be on vacation. And then we'll come back right after the 4th of July and continue on with all your great coverage. But I'll be in Ohio next Thursday night. So the games, obviously, these 6 o'clock games we get here, that's 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So I'm anxious to see what the energy is like in Ohio for a 9 o'clock soccer game.
Better than 3 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Like that's been more recently. Like when it's in Qatar, like the time's a little bit different. North America is easy on the eyes.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cricket is joining us here again. Short show today, so we got to try to get everything in, and we did not. People have been texting me. It's like if we don't get our quote, we're going to come down there and fight you, DK. I was like, I don't want people fighting me over the opportunity to get their quote from Cricket. So I said, I'm going to carve out time for Cricket to come in and lay some great wisdom on you to start this week. Cricket, Scott, quotes.
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Well, I'm going to show Dragon Ball's chair, but he's not here, so he can't guess on this. One more time.
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
You want to gander a guess on that, Mr. J.W. Madden?
I have a feeling he'll have a good guess.
It sounds like a politician.
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember.
It sounds like somebody
anything.
who struggles telling the truth is who it sounds like.
Let me guess. I'm going to take a guess.
Okay.
Mark Twain.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
man.
good.
Woo!
Good job. You got one.
I'm getting like Dragon Ball now. I got a lot to catch up to him, but I got one.
We should have a scoreboard in here.
Didn't we have a Mark Twain tweet last week or no?
I don't think there was a Mark Twain last week.
Okay. I keep getting. It seems like we just talk about other smart people when we do these tweets or these quotes, and I get all confused about who we've had a quote from and who we haven't had a quote.
Truth.
There we go. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. There you go. Is that to say that when people lie, you have to remember the way you got to the lie and the way you told the lie
and who you told the lie?
It's more like if you're prone to lying, it becomes a web of lies, and you have to keep it all straight as to who you told what to. This is how exhausting it must be to live that life.
That would be so hard.
Just be truthful. Much easier.
It's hard enough just telling the truth.
There you go.
You know.
All right, Cricket, Oklahoma or North Carolina?
I'm going to go North Carolina.
Okay. Do you know why I'm asking you that?
No.
No. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I just wanted you to pick one. That's who I'm picking. North Carolina to win the national championship.
Who has the better barbecue is the question.
Ooh, North Carolina. I lived in North Carolina.
So good.
I've never lived in Oklahoma, so I can't attest to Oklahoma.
Vinegar style Eastern North Carolina is so good.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, there we go. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, and sponsored by Red Wing Shoes. Pima and Columbus, a little bit southwest of the intersection, a reported mobile home fire. Might have a lot of fire crews on scene, little southwest of Pima and Columbus. Park Avenue north of Irvington. Might see road crews working on wrapping up some repair work, mostly for southbound Park Avenue approaching Irvington. 76 the overnight low, 107 tomorrow and 105 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Red Wing shoes and boots for your business. Safety is our passion. Let us keep your crew covered. Ask about our Red Wing Business Advantage accounts today. The best solutions come from the closest to the problem. Red Wing, setting standards, not trends. Ask about our special discounts.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler.
I'm Cookie Serratos and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit-on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Go, Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals?
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was, and even better. Dorado Rock and Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock and Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And the World Cup continues on. It was a record-setting day for the best player in the world.
Here's Almada on the move for the world champions. Now Medina. Pulled back here, lets it run. Messi! History in Dallas! 40 years to the day since Diego Maradona scored the hand of God. Lionel Messi scores the goal to make him the World Cup's all-time leading scorer. Wonderful moment. The biggest star in Dallas today has just made World Cup history.
That was brilliant football from Argentina. Look at this cutback. The dummy and the finish, never in doubt. That is exceptional team football, and that's where Messi wants to be, on the edge of the box, waiting. They get it to him in the right spot. Fletch, what a finish.
Owen Hargreaves, that's how you score a World Cup record-setting goal, not from the penalty spot. No. That is typical Messi, magnificent. And he now has more goals than Miroslav Klose and more goals than any other player to play in a World Cup finals tournament.
That was number 17. Miroslav Klose had scored 16. That was in the 38th minute today down in Arlington, Texas I believe that was at Jerry's World. So no probably better place for that to take place than one of the best American football facilities that we have here in the United States. But Messi was not done.
He picks it up, what a touch. He's got the velvet slippers on, the little fella. Here come Argentina. Brilliant ball by Messi. Julian Alvarez, good save. Here's the chance for Paredes. He tees up Messi. Is this another one? Lionel Messi, there's the block. And Messi again, it's in! Lionel Messi in the double. Argentina get the win. And the little magic man gets his second goal of the game. The great man scores again. The little man in the white boots might be on his way to the golden boot in 2026. 5 goals in the tournament now for Messi.
I put it on a plate for Alvarez, a brilliant save. What a touch with his back heel. Waiting, he's trying to be patient. How about that? He is truly astonishing through all the bodies.
18 World Cup goals, 2 clear now of Miroslav Klose, 122 in the white and blue of Argentina. And it's his day again in Big D.
And that's now one more than the great Marta of Brazil on the women's side, who scored 17 in her 6 trips to the World Cup.
I was going to say, didn't she play in like 7 or 8? I think she's playing this last one. She's got to be in her mid-40s.
But if you have not seen that second goal, I want you to go back and watch that again, because I absolutely have no idea how Lionel Messi did that. He scored that ball through the legs of not just one player, but 2 players. He hit it right between 2 players' legs into the goal off of a rebound after he made this dipsy-doo dungaroo move to get himself open on the left foot. I have no idea how he did that, but that is why he is simply the best player that ever lived.
Yeah, and if people aren't familiar, I mean, you might think of Leo Messi as being like a Michael Jordan figure, DK, like the kind of guy who just, whenever his team needs a goal, he's going to single-handedly find a way to get a goal. That's not it at all. I think he's a lot more like a Steve Nash type of character, where we all know if Steve Nash, DK, wanted to average 30, he could have, right? He was one of the best shooters of all time. Messi, maybe people aren't as familiar with his game, is one of the best facilitators in soccer history. And that particular play, he made a great pass from about 30, 40 yards out and put it right on the foot for a really, really good chance for Argentina. And he was like the 4th guy to touch it on that rebound. So it wasn't Messi trying to dribble through the whole, defense to try to get a second goal for the day. That wasn't it at all. He just happened to be in the right place in the right time. And, with the great ones like that, DK, it's so much about reading the pitch, reading where the players are. And many of his goals, especially on rebounds, you'll see come just like that play, where he just finds himself in the perfect angle for the putback. And that was not the first time I've seen him go through defenders' legs on a rebound like that, not the initial strike.
I mean, just unbelievable goal there, right between 2. And then the first one, I'm watching the first one. I'm saying to myself, first of all, how is the best player in the world that wide open? You would think, is there no such thing as a box and one in soccer? I would think somebody would be attached to his hip so that he's just not so wide open to get a pass like that in right in front of the net, center net, to make a score like he did on the first one to break the record.
The thing is, Messi's been, the de facto best player. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo, there's an argument for him being the best player of all time, DK, but he really is that Michael Jordan figure. Cristiano Ronaldo is all about scoring goals, not the best facilitator.
Yeah.
So that idea of that first goal, Messi not having 4 defenders on him, as you said, you just described 12 years ago and 16 years ago and 20 years ago. So Leo Messi was considered to be the de facto best player in the world for the past 15, 20 years. But Argentina struggled on the world stage at times because they didn't have competent strikers alongside of Leo Messi that could really finish a lot of balls and had some pretty famous myths on some shots in the World Cup history. That it was just this last time out, 2022, that Argentina finally broke through in the World Cup stage and got Messi that title. But I would say, like, right now, the young Argentines, you can't leave some of those guys open within 20 feet of the goal, DK. And that's why Leo Messi sees a little bit more open space on this particular team, is they've done a really, really good job of getting other guys around him who are capable of finishing off a lot of those shots.
I'll never forget, I've covered, when I was working in television, annually I would cover the Fort Lowell soccer shootout. And first time I ever did it, granted, one of the first questions I ask all the youngsters last questions I ask all the youngsters that I talk to is, who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite player? And the one year, I think every single kid I asked that question to said Messi, Lionel Messi was their favorite player. And again, I know the name, but I am a fringe soccer fan. So probably like back in when I first started covering that event in 2012, 13, I probably kind of knew who Lionel Messi was, but didn't really understand the magnitude of who he was. And so I'm like, well, man, if all these kids love this guy named Messi, he must be really good. I might have to go and check out exactly how good he is. So it was really, I always say that it's the kids. The kids will lead you where you need to go. It was the kids that led to me learning a lot more about how great a player that this Lionel Messi is.
That's where I played soccer, by the way.
Fort Lowell Park.
Cobras.
There you go.
Yeah, I was on the Fort Lowell Cobras for like 6 years as a kid. Think about Messi. People might not know this, but he's very relatable, DK, because he's 5'7".
Exactly.
So he's not a big dude.
Kid, right.
So like seeing him run around out there with some of these world-class athletes at 6'2", 6'3", the full story is Messi was diagnosed when he was 7 or 8 with a hormone deficiency. And the doctors told me he would never grow above 4'7". He was 4'4" at the time as an 8-year-old and hadn't grown in a year. And he had some hormone treatments for 3 years, grew to 5'7" is his final height. But I would argue that he's out there doing magical things, but at a stature that I think a lot of kids can relate to, because like Steph, Steph sold more jerseys than anybody in the last 15 years, because there's something to be said about seeing yourself in that person on the TV doing all those great things. And Messi's not the biggest dude, just a lot of dedication to his craft and obviously magical touch. If Messi has one superpower, DK, it's not just the ability to put the ball 30 yards exactly where he wants it to. It's those first touches. So when he receives a pass from 30 yards out, his ability to just put a toe on it and put the ball right out in front of him, right in the middle of his stride without breaking any pace whatsoever. I've never seen anybody be able to do it like he does it, and he does it consistently, like it's just an extension of his body. So, I mean, the touch he has is outrageous, and I think that's something that you can learn over time. It's not something you're necessarily born with. So, he's definitely relatable from that sense for kids, for sure.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Okay, again, short show today. We're going till just 3:45 on this show today, as we've got College World Series baseball coming up for you from Omaha, Nebraska, Oklahoma and North Carolina in Game 3 to decide the final national championship of this college year. And as we end this college year, we had some rather big news happening here in Southern Arizona this past weekend on Friday. University of Arizona Athletics Director Desiree Reed-Francois told the Arizona Daily Star that she is not interested and not pursuing other AD jobs across the country. This after a report had surfaced that she was a candidate for the job at the University of Wisconsin. Now let's not kid ourselves. Wisconsin is probably a bigger program than the University of Arizona. So certainly if Desiree Reed-Francois had any interest in improving her lot, that's probably a school on the list that you would want to do that at. Wisconsin routinely is a top 20 program in the Directors' Cup every single year. And if you're an AD, no question, like when we had Greg Byrne here, who was destined for bigger things, there's no question that Desiree Reed-Francois, if she so chooses to, is destined for more bigger platforms than she has here at the University of Arizona. But she said she's happy where her feet are. That's become the popular the popular term now. I think that's I think maybe even Mike Candrea kind of has said that at times. Be where your feet are. She says she's happy where her feet are. So we'll see how that progresses as we move forward. This would be, I believe, year number 3, full year number 3 for her, because I think she came in kind of in the middle 2 years ago. So yeah, maybe year 3 for full year number 3 going in to 26, 27. She's done a really great job of turning around a program in terms of financially that was in a huge hole when she got here.
She was 4 years at UNLV and 4 years at Missouri, and only 2 years here. So a couple more years, DK.
Exactly. There you go. So again, when I think about the situation involving her, I think about several years ago I had a similar situation where I had an opportunity to go and work in television in a much bigger college market, a top 20 college market, and you have to make those decisions. Like, if I want to continue to work in covering college sports, do I want to go and cover a bigger program? Now, for me, it was very simple. The day that I interviewed with this particular news director, it was a TV job for this particular news director. He had just gotten to this station. He was looking for a sports director to come out. It was covering Penn State University, and he said, "Yeah, I just got here. The first day I got here, it was 20 degrees below zero." And at that point, I almost hung up the phone. I was like, "Yeah." I'd really like to cover a school of the magnitude of Penn State, but I don't think I want to go live anywhere where it ever gets to be 20 degrees below zero.
Yeah,
so I think I'll keep my happy ass right here in hot Arizona.
You're renegotiating with Ken Kowalczyk, and he's like, perks. He's like, points outside.
Exactly.
Perks.
There you go.
How about no snow?
I was like, I was like, are you 20 degrees below zero? I was like, there ain't nothing happy about that valley. Not at 20 degrees below zero. No, thank you very much. All right, DK on the Sports Tip. We'll get a break in, come back with a little bit more. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic in your way.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. We have got road work continuing for Park Avenue north of Irvington. There was some storm damage, some down poles and wires, and you still might experience some restrictions. Slow down southbound on Park Avenue approaching Irvington. 76 the overnight low, 107 tomorrow, and 105 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices.
Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Drats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
From work to errands to family life, your car takes a beating. At Recon Auto Detailing, we don't just protect it, we maintain it.
They installed my ceramic coating in shop, and now their mobile team keeps it looking brand new, right in my driveway.
Ceramic coatings, PPF, tint, all installed professionally at Recon Auto Detailing. And with our mobile detailing, we keep that fresh, protected look mile after mile. One-stop shop, zero hassle, that's Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215215. That's HIM to 215215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
You got to roll and bet with the best player right now in the National League, right?
It's a little rare, Ron, to need only the single to complete the cycle.
Well, he's done it backwards. Homer triple-double. I've never seen that before.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a line drive, base hit, right center field. He has done it. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle.
Pete Crow Armstrong. So we won with him last week in our Westwood One top plays, and we had to go 2.5 last week at plus 110 to get a victory on that one, and he did it for us. He, in fact, is your National League Player of the Week for the second time this month. He's been the National League Player of the Week. Last week, 11 of 20 from the plate, a double, a triple, 4 home runs, 4 walks, 7 RBI, 2 stolen bases, and hit for the cycle.
So what you're saying is we should put a bet on him being the National League Player of the Month.
I would think if you win the award twice, I think that's going to be the case. Now, there's still, 7 days left for somebody, 8 days left for somebody else to make a case for that, but I don't think so. He's hitting over 440 this month is Pete Crow Armstrong. So what do we got today as the Cubs played the Mets?
Brad Evans here to help you beat the Bulls with Westwood One Sports. On Monday, Pete Crow Armstrong could roundhouse kick the Mets' Kodai Senga. New York starter has allowed a 1,000 OPS of left-handed hitters this year. Most promising, PCA is batting .448 with over a 1,400 OPS in his last 15 days. Give me the over. PCA, 1.5 total bases, no matter the juice. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so again, this is different. We've been doing really well with the hits, runs, RBIs. This is a little different. This is total bases. So basically, 1.5. All you need is 2 singles, a walk and a single, a double. If Pete Crow Armstrong hits a home run, even better. Even better. We'll take that today. So we just need 1.5 total bases in this game. Now, I'm wondering, because I'm looking for this. I know you mentioned, J-Dub, there's some weather happening here. I don't think this game has been postponed yet because I think they're in New York City.
It's Philly. I'm looking at the TV right now, live looking, and they're still in delay.
It has. Because I was just looking for it on the board at BetMGM, and the game wasn't on the board, and now I picked up ESPN, and that game has been postponed. So there you go. So you can't bet on Pete Crow Armstrong today. The Cubs and the Mets game at Citi Field has been postponed due to the inclement weather on the East Coast.
The whole team getting injured, right? Like, that's what usually
hurts
us in these bets.
Yeah. Right. Well, at least we didn't. Well, I mean, we can't lose. It's different than when the guy starts a game and he gets hurt and then we can't get our money. At least we didn't lose on this one because they never played the game. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get that. But yeah, tonight's game has been postponed. It'll be made up as a part of a doubleheader on Wednesday, June the 24th. All right, before we get out of here, the other big news in sports today as we begin year 4 of our program here, Dusty May, the head coach of the team that eliminated your Arizona Wildcats from the Final Four, is leaving to take an NBA job. He is rumored to be the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. Surprised at all by that, J-Dub?
No, I'm not. I mean, I think it's always hit or miss if a college coach with success jumps to the NBA. But they got Cooper Flagg over there, DK. I mean, that's a generational guy, and was the youngest player in the NBA last year. So you talk about building around a singular player. I think if Dusty May was going to leave for the NBA, his name's never going to be hotter, and that's a really good young star to build your team around.
Yeah, and rumors maybe that they might be the team that takes Braden Burries. All right, so we are going to end our show because we've got the final game of the season in athletics and college coming up. It's Game 3 of the College World Series, Oklahoma, North Carolina. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3. DK on the Sports Tip. Year 4 is rolling.
The following is a presentation of Westwood One Sports. If it's the Men's College World Series, it's on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
And the pitch. Drilled into right center field. That's a long run. No one's going to get there. It's back off the fence at the 375 mark. Johnson comes in to score, chugging into second with an RBI double is Jackson Willits. And Oklahoma continues to keep the pressure on. They pushed across 2 here in the first inning for a 2-0 lead.
They jumped on us quick. Our guys did a great job of just putting their head down and not panicking, and we talk about it all the time, like being process-oriented, next play mentality, and just play every pitch. When you look up, whatever happens, happens. We did a good job of that.
Hit hard down the right field line. It's going to be in for a base hit, and it's going all the way out to the corner. French comes around to score. They're waving Kellis around. He's going to try to score, and he will. A 2-run triple into the right field corner. And that quickly, North Carolina has tied the game. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, it's 2-2.
Mercurius the 1-0, and that's line to right. That is way back. Harris will watch it leave on a line. And North Carolina's lead grows by 1. It's 4-2.
I think just hitting's contagious. You see one person get something done, you have more confidence at the plate, and I think that's exactly what we did today.
The 3-2 pitch. Hit high in the air, deep left field. Going back on it is Brock. He's at the track, at the wall. That ball is gone. North Carolina has now opened up a 6-2 lead here in the top half of the 7th inning.
They got the momentum, and they never gave it back. We faced 2 really good pitchers, and hats off to those guys, and that's about how it ended.
The 1-1 pitch, chopper up the middle, gloved by Gallagher to second for 1, on to first, double play, and we'll see you for Game 3 tomorrow night in Omaha.
It's going to be super fun as a player. I'm sure it's going to be super fun as a fan to see 2 teams just really fighting for a national championship.
You're on the best team in college baseball, so you can't go out there with fear. The preparation takes over the fear. We work so hard on it. You got to have the right mindset, and you know that you're made for the moment, whatever moment you're in.
Game 3, and a national championship on the line at Charles Schwab Field.
This is the position we all want to be in. I sure as heck do. And our players want to be in it. So that's the first thing. Embrace that and enjoy it and go after it.
Now, let's head to Omaha for Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the 2026 NCAA Men's College World Series. Here's Kevin Kugler and Scott Graham.
We welcome you to Charles Schwab Field for Game 3 of the Men's College World Series Championship Series as the Oklahoma Sooners face the North Carolina Tar Heels with the national championship on the line. Tonight's broadcast of the Men's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is sponsored by eBay, by Grainger, by Progressive Insurance, by Wrangler, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. Along with Scott Graham and field reporter John Bishop, I'm Kevin Kugler. Welcome to Omaha for our exclusive coverage of Game 3 of the 2026 Men's College World Series Finals on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. On a picture-perfect night for baseball, a champion will be crowned tonight in Omaha, Nebraska. Light breezes blowing across the field, drenched in sunlight right now with temperatures in the mid-70s. It is a perfect setting. It is a perfect spot. And it is two tremendous teams who will run two freshmen out to the mound tonight with a combined 8 career starts under their respective belts.
And that is the irony of all of this, Kevin. You start talking about a season that extends for over 60 games. It comes down to one game, which, it's unnatural in baseball. Baseball is a series-based sport, but this comes down to one championship game, and you've got two freshmen on the mound who generally are not used to starting. They've been contributors this year. One of the freshmen has pitched very well since moving into that role in the postseason for Oklahoma in Nick Weslowski. But you also have Jackson Rose, who's been a major part of what Carolina has done this year out of the bullpen. This is going to be his 23rd game of the season. So are they freshmen anymore? Who knows? At this point, we're going to find out exactly what we see in terms of their mental approach, their emotions out there right now, because everybody comes to college, they want to play baseball, they want to come to Omaha, they want a dog pile. You're most of the way there if you're everybody on the field tonight.
9 innings to a dog pile if we get it done in regulation tonight. And 2 games in this 3-game series. One has gone the way that each team needs to play to win the game. Game 1 was Oklahoma creating havoc on the base paths, relying on their newfound power, and getting a 9-3 win over North Carolina. Game 2 yesterday featured a pitching staff that, for the large part, reduced the havoc of Oklahoma on the base paths, had the situational timely hitting that they're known for, and North Carolina gets the 6-2 win. Each game that has been won in this final series won exactly the way these two teams won their way to this final series.
And remember, when Carolina took that lead yesterday, they turned it over to Caden Glauber. He was phenomenal, and he was a strike-throwing machine, mowing down Oklahoma until a little bit of a blip that came up in the 9th inning of the game. With that 65-pitch outing, it's an all-hands-on-deck situation tonight in Game 3, as it always is. How much of Glauber could you possibly have? I'm not sure they're going to know about that, or if he's even needed. That's the other part about this. You come out here tonight, well, you know what? If we've got a 6-1 lead in the 9th inning, Glauber's not pitching.
Crowd still filtering into this one. As always, the as-necessary games are sometimes a little less populated than the others, which is always a bit strange considering that you're playing for a national championship. But sometimes the daunting task of staying in one spot for 10 days becomes a little much on that 10th day. But we'll still have a great crowd on hand on a perfect night for college baseball. Time to welcome in the third member of our crew. Our field reporter for tonight is, of course, John Bishop. John?
Kevin, the games have been decided in the first 4 innings between these two teams. Now, there's been lead changes in each of the first innings, but the team that's been ahead after 4 has gone on to win, so that's something worth watching tonight if we're going to continue to have history repeat itself. But you know, at somewhere, at some place, someone's going to have to be a hero tonight that maybe is a little bit off the grid. We'll find out which of these two teams has just that hero. Well, coming up on our pregame show, my conversation with Oklahoma's Skip Johnson. Oklahoma, North Carolina for the title in the deciding game of the college baseball season. You're listening to the Men's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale.